John, I think we're ready as soon as you can take down the slide. Thank you. All right, this is Chair French convening the regular business meeting of the Kansas Corporation for Thursday, September 5th, 2024, joined by my colleagues, Commissioner Keen and Commissioner Keither. On today's business meeting agenda, we have 34 consent agenda items, one noticed item, and I do anticipate making a motion to move us into an executive session at the end of today's meeting. So with that, we will start with our consent agenda. Commissioners, you've had the opportunity to review the consent agenda and all 34 items thereon. Let me ask at this time if you have any questions about the consent agenda, beginning with Commissioner Keither
Good morning. No, thank you. No questions.
and Commissioner Keen.
None for me either. Thank you. I would move approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The consent agenda is approved. We will now move to our one noticed item. This is in docket number 25 QWCT 139 COM, and this is a proposed order on prima facie determination. And our presenter for this item is Mr. Brian Fedotin. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Commissioners. On August 23rd, Bowles Insurance Incorporated, Bowles, submitted a formal complaint against Lumen, claiming it significantly increased the monthly bill without notice. This order explains the Commission's jurisdiction is limited to regulating landline service and not cell or internet service. And the complaint is vague enough that it's unclear whether it concerns internet, cellular, or landline service from Zoom. Because the complaint fails to provide adequate detail to allow the Commission to determine whether it has jurisdiction, the Commission finds this formal complaint fails to establish a prima facie case for Commission action. But Bowles has 30 days from the date of this order to supplement its complaint to explain the relief it seeks, the nature of the service, i.e. is it landline, cellular, or internet, that gave rise to the complaint. If Bowles fails to amend the formal complaint that satisfies KAR 82-1-220B, the formal complaint will be dismissed without prejudice. If the complaint is amended within 30 days, we will then decide whether or not there's a prima facie case and whether it requires an answer responsive pleading from Lumen. With that, I'm available for questions.
All right, thank you, Brian. Are there any questions on this item, beginning with Commissioner Keither
No questions.
and Commissioner Keen?
None for me either. I would move approval of the order.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second to approve the order as described in this docket. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Commissioners.
That takes us to the conclusion of all the items noticed on today's agenda, but as I mentioned at the top of the hour, I do expect to make a motion here for executive session, so I will do that. With that, I move the Commission enter into executive session not to exceed 15 minutes to discuss personal matters of non-elected personnel pursuant to KSA 754319B1 to protect the privacy of the individuals involved. And I further move that the following be included in the meeting: Executive Director Lynn Retz and our HR Director Jared Harson. And okay, so that's the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. And the motion passes. We will enter executive session now for 15 minutes. So the Commission will reconvene in the first floor hearing room at 10:20.
Over.
All right, the commission has returned from executive session and I am reconvening the business meeting. We took no action in executive session, but at this time, I do want to make a motion to approve a revised KCC employee policy, that being the Employee and Award Recognition Program policy number 13-04. And again, this is approving revisions to the existing policy and replacing the existing policy.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the new Employee Award and Recognition Program, policy 1304. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. Commissioner Keen, you're on mute, but I saw your mouth say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. The new policy is approved. With that, we have now come to the conclusion of all the items noticed on today's business meeting agenda. If there is nothing further to come before us this morning, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you all. Take care.
Yeah.
Take care.